Misula, having been nominated for appointment to serve as a member of the selection panel of recruitment of Makueni, members of the County Public Service Board, do swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee on devolution, public participation, county administration, and special programs shall be truth for the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Should I say amen?
Thank you. Members, I will start by self-introduction. We start the members, then the nominee, then the technical bench. So, my name is Ben Abdullah, chairperson of this committee, a member of the King of Law.
I'm just as Manzia member, chief of the Matthew member of this committee.
Putting the question in my name, I represent the people of Mali Munana Ward. I am a member of this committee.
Yeah, I'm Joseph Mbindio, MCA Kilongo, a member of this strong committee.
Jonathan Moti Maniki, a member of this committee.
My name is Ruben Musonga, MCA, the strong member of the committee.
I'm Esther Mbili, I'm a committee MCA, and I'm a friend of this committee.
Bishop Jonathan Oka, a member of this committee, MCA Mount, the Bunamoka Majors.
Introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Chair. My name is Robert Misula, alias Bob, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Then technical bench.
My name is Alphonse Camilo. I'm committee secretary in this committee.
Wilfred Momo, committee secretary.
David Moneki, communications office.
Faith local communication.
Josephat Kimandi, Sunday Veterans.
Common Sunday communication.
Thank you, members. As you are aware, today is a proof of hearing. It's the first one to section 7 of the public appointments, that is County Assembly's Approval Act 2017, and is culmination of process that began with Makueni County Governors Selection Panel for recruitment of County Public Service Board members. Standing orders number 217-5F provides that the committee could wait and report on all appointments where the Constitution, all and law requires the County Assembly to approve, except those. Understanding order 209. Committee on appointments. Now remember, it is on the basis of and the point that we gather here today to consider the nomination of the same persons and their stability for the positions nominated. Honorable members, this process will be guided by the provisions of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 and the Public Appointments County Assembly's Approval Act 2017, the County Government Act 2012, the County Government Amendments to Act 2020, and the Assembly Standing Orders. Honorable members, by way of summary, the Assembly Speaker received a letter from the Governor that is read by GMC, GVN, ADM, CL, 25, in bracket 40, dated 11 August 2025, nominating Robert Misula and the private sector as a member to a selection panel for recruitment of county public service members. The Honorable Speaker conveyed the message to the Assembly on 11 August 2025 and directed this committee to take up the vetting process. Honorable special programs on Monday, 20 August 2025 at 11 in the Assembly. The advertisement, the nominee was asked to carry original copies of the following documents: 1. A CV, 2. Academic certificates and testimonies, 3. Certificate of good conduct from the police, 4. Clearance from the Higher Education Bronze Board, 5. Clearance from Kenya Revenue Authority, and 6. Clearance from Ethics and Corruption Commission. Honorable members, this committee will review the documents and cross-examine them. Then from there, we will invite the nomination for members to cross-examine it. So kindly pass the documents to the Secretariat so that you can pass them to the members. Honorable members, with me is official transcript of USU African, that is a university. Dated, this is class of masters, dated online, dated 20th, that is September 2022. Members, you can review the document. Also, members, be aware that one of the requirements was the CV. The first one, with me, is a CV, Robert Misula, aka Bob. And members, you will have the opportunity to go through this document and cross-examine it. And if any question arises, you will question. Also, members, with me, I have a certificate from Egerton University, and the degree is Bachelor of Science in Horticulture. The name is Robert Misula. This certificate is dated back September 1990. So members, you have a view on it. And also members, with me is an Egerton. These are transcripts of the same. So members will have an opportunity to go through the transcript, even query, raise the query, members. And also members, with me, this is what we call certificate of good conduct for the police, and this one we have verified online. It's authentic, so members will have to look, and it is attached to this one, this document. Honorable members, also with me is the Kenya Advanced Certificate of Education. That is the Kenya National Council. Here with me, you will have a look. And also the Kenya National Examination Council, Kenya Certificate of Education. Make sure the certificates are in order so that we will not misplace any certificate. Then certificate of primary education is here with me. And other documents, other certificates, yes, you will be verified members. Allow me this time to pass the documents to you members for perusal. Also with me, these are requirements. Requirement number 4 is the Higher Education Loan Board. This is the certificate members. We'll have a look into it. Then from there, we will determine. The other is the KRI. Just the KRI. This is the self-declaration form from the EACC. It's here with us. It bears the log of EACC members. You'll have to look into it. Dated 7th August 2025. For members. I'm looking into KRA. These certificates will be valid 12 months up to 27 July 2026. This was verified online. So I think it's authentic. So members can have a look. Also with me, I have a certificate of CRB that shows it's not blacklisted in the grade different bureau. So you can have a look into it. I think those are the documents we required from the nominee. Definitely, because members, you are with the documents and you are perusing them. I will request to go direct to examining Bob and Bob. If I might ask you, tell us about yourself. Yes, welcome.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair and the members and also the Secretariat. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to appear before this committee and also by extension thank the government for nominating me. So my name is Bob Misula, but official name is Robert Kisula from Masongalen Ward, Kibwezi East. I am married with the other children. Let me start a little bit about myself. I hold a bachelor's degree in horticulture, as you have seen, a master's where I'm here to graduate for technical reasons from USIU on management and organizational development. From work experience, I recently, until May, I was the CEO of an organization called STAWI, a USAID-funded project, where I served for 2 years as the chief of party, covering 9 counties in Kenya, in charge of water for domestic and irrigation. Before then, I was in this county as a county executive committee member for devolution, for water, for agriculture for 6 years. Before then, I worked as a CEO for World Vision International in Malawi for 3 years, in Congo for 5 years, in Uganda for 1 year, and here in Kenya for total cumulatively 8 years. I also worked for ActionAid in this country. I'm basically a development worker. I'm also an ordained church elder with the Redeemed Gospel Church. When I'm not seated here, I preach on Sunday. I'm glad to meet you. Some of you, we are known to each other. I'm happy that we are reconnecting. Thank you so much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Bob. And how is your experience related to the job you are being either? That is the panel.
Yeah, so I have had the privilege while working for World Vision, and let me just go to that, responsible for hiring CEOs, country directors. So I was part of the panels that interviewed and recruited national directors for World Vision globally. And in the recent job which I was holding, I was responsible for recruiting both local and international staff. So when it comes to processes of interviewing, recruiting, I wish to confirm to you, Chairman, I have sufficient knowledge in the process, in the vetting, in the selection of people into different offices. As a member of the Makueni County Development Forum, who nominated me to this also, I have had an opportunity to interact with a lot of professionals in this country. I've been a member of various boards, so I understand how boards function. While in World Vision, I was the chair of a board, secretary to a board here in Kenya, in Uganda, in Malawi, and one of the works of those boards is to recruit, to go through a process like this. And currently, I have also served as a board member for the Coast Development Authority, and I am engaged in the vetting of CEOs, staff at management level. So this is something that I have done previously, and as chairman, given the opportunity, I bring, I would say, useful experience into the process.
Thank you, honorable members. I now would like you to examine all the other questions. You are free now to ask.
Thank you, Chair. But what is that unique qualification that led your nomination to be the chair, to be the member of the selection panel, recruitment of Makueni, the members of County Public Service Board, that other applicants they do not have?
Sorry? I didn't get you, sorry.
What is that unique character
Okay.
that led your nomination to be a member of the selection panel for recruitment of members of County Public Service Board that other applicants did not have?
Yeah, thank you so much. One, I have 6 years of solid experience of this county, so I understand this county very well. Number two, I have worked with the County Public Service Board of Makueni previously in various recruitment processes and engagement. Number three, most of you will attest, I am a person of great and questioned integrity and transparency. The times I worked for this county, and a good number of you know me, will attest to the fact that Alphonse was a clerk to my committee, which I worked for in the county. He will tell you, never was there misappropriation, was never asked any question on performance. So I think they know by participating in the panel, I will ensure we have a quality county public service board for the interest of the people of Makueni.
Thank you.
Bob, hey, I never knew you to have such a wide range of experience. However, I have a very simple question for you. Concerning this selection panel. Do you think the selection panel you are purporting to work for is recognized within the constitution of this country? And if it is, which is this constitution, or where is it under the law?
Of course, under the Constitution of Kenya,
the county government Act.
Under the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Article number 10 alludes to values and principles of governance. Article number 2, that too alludes to the same and outlines the various principles that you need to have. And it also indicates the need, Article 205, on the need for a county public service board, which mirrors the National Public Service Board for purposes of recruitment. And the reason why that is provided for in the Constitution is to make sure there is an objective, transparent process of getting staff onboarded, because all of us are vulnerable. Left to do it, we will do it our own way, but there is a county public service board that sets the standards, the procedures, the systems of developing and approving a county organogram or structure, positions, pegging them for remuneration, ability to plan the HR capacity and the needs of the county based on the county development, integrated development plan, so that there's a congruence between the strategic direction of the county and the personnel to deliver the strategic direction. So in the County Government Act 2012, amended 2020, Section 58 is very clear. Actually, from Section 56 stipulates the roles of the County Public Service Board and the whole selection and the criteria of who qualifies to be members of the county public service board, very clearly stipulating that you need a chairperson nominated to the assembly for approval by the assembly before appointment by the governor, and 3 minimum as members, maximum 5 members, to constitute that board that will run the affairs of this county for a period of 6 years, non-renewable. Yeah.
Another member?
Chair, maybe I would wish to first and foremost congratulate Mr. Bob for the appointment so far. And now that he has mentioned about the Public Service Commission and the Public Service Board, what is the relationship between the two?
Say that the relation
between the Public Service Board and Public Service Commission.
The Public Service Commission already provided for in the Constitution. The County Public Service Board is mandated to provide annually a report to the Public Service Commission on the performance, because within the two-tier government, the national government and the county government, the values and the principles of operation remain the same. And there are very clear values that needs to be observed at a county level. At the same time, there are performance targets that are set normally by the executive, and I think also by the assembly, the legislature. And therefore, this County Public Service Board reports also to the Commission just to ensure there is compliance. Because ultimately you are talking about state officers working within the same government. The one government, of course, 48, but one government. So there is that relationship of accountability, of reporting, and also informing the Public Service Commission on remuneration issues, working also with the Salary and Remuneration Committee, making recommendations that are informed by the realities on the ground.
Thank you. How do you overcome political interest or pressures during the recruitment? In the event it happens?
During the
recruitment process?
Honorable Member, I think those who know me, and I said it upfront, that my integrity and transparency is known. And I've resigned jobs because I didn't want to compromise. You can be sure I am not compromisable by whoever, at all levels, locally, internationally. So to do that, I am very explicit and very open. I will tell you what can work, what the law provides for, and anything outside that I don't. And I don't mind losing for saying and standing for the truth. And of course, as you know, I've lost many things in the past for standing for the truth. So I'm not compromisable. I do not corrupt. I do not pay bribes. I'm never bribed. And that is no. And ask the people that know me. So you can be sure there is no any amount of intimidation, political or social, that would force me to bend the law. So actually, just to answer you in a nutshell, my conviction as a Christian is very clear. Yeah, it stands that we need to do the right things at all levels.
Thank you, Chair. Finally, out of the 6 years of experience working with the Makueni County government, you must have come across an audit report that will suggest about or guide the county government not to recruit further. How would you treat that matter in relation to what you are doing?
The law provides that the budget for emolument should not be beyond that 5% of the O&M for any government. And if I remember right, when we left, we were at 42, 7 points ahead of what was required. And that happened because when the county came on board 2013, the laws and the systems were a bit fluid. and the governors of the first term had sort of a latitude, a runaway, and they recruited everybody they wanted to recruit. There was also a big chunk of staff they inherited from the council, the old county council. And before the national government reigned on the counties, there was already a very bloated overstaffing. So every audit pointed that, because it's an auditable item. And I think working with the county assembly, because the county assembly was also audited and questioned how it allowed that to happen, but by the time they are coming on board, a lot of things have already gone wrong. So what happened is that became sort of a standing audit query. But now systems were put in place reighing on that. And I think, Mheshimiwa, you know, during our tenure as a cabinet, this county had a no query audit, and that was historic in this nation, because we put our reign on several aspects to make sure, including that one, by making sure that only positions that are vetted by the county and approved in the organogram are recruited for. You remember, before that, you would wake up and decide, I need a sweeper, I need a driver, I need a what, as long as you are a waziri, and it worked. But I think now, over time, we have also matured. There is enough order and the regulation of that process. But you see, it's unfortunate, because if you have staff already in permanent basis, and every year they are getting a 3% to 5% salary increment, that component continues to grow every year, vis-a-vis declining funding from the national government. So this is a fixed amount, and the only way it only keeps growing, but the income. So if our base is small, there's a problem. Secondly, finally, the county own source revenue has not been doing very well, and congratulations to the county that last year we were able to do $1 billion plus, which was our dream. And that base keeps growing, this percentage will come. There's a bit of math there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Another member? Yeah. Mr. Misula, according to records and from your own mouth, you've held several public offices. Do you still hold any public office as today?
No, I mean, up to June this year, I was an employee of a USAID funded project as a chief of staff.
Okay.
Chief of, not chief of staff, CEO. But Trump stopped our funding, so we were all laid off. So actually I'm looking for a job, and that's why it's important to give me this job.
That is enough, sir. During that very period you work in those offices, during that period you work in those offices, have you ever been dismissed because of abusing Chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya that talks about leadership and integrity?
No, not at all.
Thank you very much. Also, during that very period, have you ever been associated with malpractices that include tribalism, nepotism, among others?
None of the above.
Thank you. Another? Another member? Okay, if you are okay. Oh, you have a question?
Yes, I have a question.
As he prepares himself, I can
Yes.
ask a question.
Mr. Bob Misula, I have seen from your curriculum vitae that you have been in so many places. You have been to Malawi, DRC, Congo, Uganda, Kenya. Actually, you have been working with in very big offices that
Yes.
that you interact with so many people.
Correct.
And being in top management of the system that you have said, sometimes you might come into conflict with some issues, and people are taking you to court. So my question is, have you ever been charged in a court of law in the last 3 years? And if so, specify the nature of the charge, where the matter where the matter is ongoing, the present status of the matter, or where the matter is concluded, the judgment of the court, or otherwise, how the case was concluded.
Thankfully, not only the last 3 years, but throughout my life, I've never been to court.
Thank you.
Thank you. Another member.
Yes. Mr. Bob, thank you very much for the way you're answering the questions. I've liked it. And you have said that you have worked with the council for the last 6 good years, the previous regime.
Yes, correct.
And you know that human is to error. Nobody is 100%.
Correct.
Have you ever been adversely mentioned in investigative reports of county assembly in the last 3 years?
Again, with all due respect, not only the 3 years in all my work service, outside the county and within the county, I've never been.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bob, I have a question for you.
Please, madam.
Would you kindly give us 3 persons who are not your relatives and are familiar with your character, with your qualification and your work?
Bishop Mwema, who has worked with this county and continues to work, is the overseer of the deliverance churches in Makueni and Kajiado. He knows me from a social faith perspective. Number 2, a lady called Joyce Kasioki, who is the chair of Makueni County Development Forum, MCDF, and the chair for Kibwezi East, whom I work with as a member, and by extension, Mr. Nzonzi, who is now Katule, who is now the overall chair. Any of them can give you a perspective of my life in terms of character and everything. And finally, why not my former governor, Professor Kibwana, whom I served for 6 years. So I think Kibwana, Kasioki or Katule and Bishop Mwema, any of your choice, that will work. Thank you.
Thank you. Another question?
Could be one interesting question for Bob. Bob, you've really challenged the committee by your good experience, your good work and relation with other people. What is one weakness which you are aware of within yourself?
A very good question, Honorable Bishop Modoka. 2, I'll give you 2, not 1. 1, I am a strategic thinker, I'm a driver of change. So many times, I quickly drive so many things at the same time, at personal and organizational level, and I can easily stress people because my expectations and standards are clear, performance is clear, and the Honorable Chair, if you may want to know, when I joined this county in 2016, this was county Ekusia, county 47 out of 47 out of performance, and in a solid 12 months, we moved this county then as a Waziri for Devolution, charge of government operation from a performance point of view, from a county number 47 to county number 4, and thereafter as a county number 1, we became the county number 1 in this county. And I tell you, that was my initiative. That was a negotiation why I left my CEO job to come and help Kibwana. So I can drive people crazy with performance and expectation and standards, and even drive myself crazy. When I'm supposed to do something, I don't sleep. I do it. The other one, but you wanted one. Let me leave it.
Interest of time. A quick one.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Maybe Mr. Bob, during the previous regime, we could have met with several challenges, and we are afraid they may be ushered into this new regime. Maybe you can mention either one or them.
did meet many. But you know, practically, I mean, honestly speaking, and because most of you are a politician in one way or the other, how to balance political pressure, political demands, and performance is never easy. Because the balance is very thin. You want to remain as an MCA, as a governor, politically correct, and yet there are things that you need to do. So to keep that balance and make sure you don't lean on the political thrust, but still remain focused on what you need to do, and actually because you are Kenyans, I think that's what is bedeviling this country, right from Ruto and everybody. You made a commitment as a politician to people, particularly those supported you, even you as you're being elected. And you also have a responsibility of doing certain things. To remain balanced is the biggest challenge. I can tell you, no, Ruto is not a bad guy, Honorable Misula is not a bad guy. But to balance that and carry both at par requires Solomonic wisdom.
Thank you.
Just a quick one. Just a quick one. Mr. Bob, when you are answering the questions, several questions from honorable members, you mentioned about 35% O&M.
Not O&M, specifically it's remuneration.
Remuneration, yes.
Personnel emolument.
And you are being nominated, and if you take this job, you will be vetting people for position of the public service board.
Yes.
And those are the people who manage the people who take the biggest chunk of that 5%. What can you say? What is the relationship between county revenue and the human resource capital? How can we improve? Because we have several structures, the county infrastructure, which need to be managed by qualified people, and yet we are behind in filling this position because of the 35% provision. How can counties improve on that so that we employ more people?
Two ways. First of all, riding on technology. Automation is one way of reducing the demand on human labor. But a county government also has a responsibility of providing employment for her people. That's why I talked about very tricky balance. County government as opposed to the private sector. The private sector will say 70% of the budget must go to development and only 30% should go to O&M. When you come to the government, and that was my biggest shock, that 70% goes to O&M and only 30% to development. And that's a very, very sharp dichotomy. Now, to survive automation, number two, raising our own source revenue significantly. Three, intentional engagement with the donor world, which is my biggest strength, so that we raise our base, our budget base. Because 35% is calculated on the basis of the base amount. If that base amount increases through the equitable share, the whatever, through our own resources, then even without doing anything, that and 5% will go down. If you get reduction in our budget today, that will shoot to even 50%. So how do you play with that can help us to make sure that we get even much lower than that 5%.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think before we make our closing remarks, we'll just beat it from my mouth on the balancing of political aspirations and the job. I was about to ask you, since you once fight for senatorial position,
Yes.
how will you balance your political aspiration with the current job, bearing in mind someone when come to do interview and he was your opponent? I was about to ask you, but less than a minute, you can summarize how you will play with that.
The current governor was my opponent at one point for the governor position. But after time, we met privately and told him, my friend, this was a job, and I will support you to succeed. My former member of parliament for Cpsb, who stole my nomination under ODM Kenya, after he bribed Kalonzo and he got the ticket. I didn't, because I don't bribe, to be honest, and I had the money in my pocket, and I would not even bribe today if I had an opportunity. I went and congratulated him and I told him I'm going to support you. So the point is,
Bob,
even with all
before
that,
you go to the point, you made a serious allegation and we are live.
Yes.
You said before you bribed Kalonzo.
Yes.
But you did that one.
You want me to withdraw that one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or you...
No. It's a fact. I can say it before Kalonzo himself.
You just withdraw.
Okay, I withdraw, but you have had it.
Proceed.
So, the point is, I'm above that. If today, because politics is a process that keeps coming and going, and once it has ended, life continues, and you need to, and actually even you, the people that you worked with and opposed you quickly move on, because this power is transient, my friend. At one time I was a very powerful CM here, and that ended. I was a CEO, that ended. Tomorrow I will be the president of this nation. So power is transient. So you learn to live with it.
Thank you.
Chair, can we say, Mr. Bo, can we say that although you have withdrawn the chair's calling allegation, no, it is a good that
let's not go back to that.
Let's not go to that.
I've ruled on that. With all due respect, I've ruled on that. I want to invite members to make closing remarks, then I will invite Bob to make his kindly.
But that is a limitation.
No,
it's okay. It's okay.
In the event Bob
It's
finds
okay.
yourself as a successful candidate for this position, we would appreciate that experience and wisdom, so that we can take our account to the next level.
With me, I believe what Bob was saying was not an allegation. He was giving history of himself on the handles he has gone through.
Well, guys,
so when he replied to the question, so he was not alleged. He never made an allegation.
Well,
explanation, historical back and
why are you explaining for him?
Are you making
to the chair.
Closing remarks?
Those are my closing remarks.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Bishop.
I think my closing remarks are that, Bob, I'm happy. By the way, for the first time I've been able to get a journey of who you are and what you have been able to achieve. My prayer and my belief is that you are equal to the task, and once we come to the conclusion that matter, you become successful. Do that which you want to do for the good of Makwani.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, the best how you answered the questions. I'm not sure how the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You make your closing remarks, Bob. Oh, you want to make?
Yeah. Mr. Bob, thank you very much for the way you have contributed. Mine is not to wish you every bit of success in this.
Thank you so much, Chair and the committee. Honestly, I promise to give you the best. You can be sure, as part of the committee, we will make everything possible to ensure we have a credible county public service board that will serve the people of Makwini. Thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you also as a committee and as a county. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. I want to appreciate you for the time and also urge you and humbly request you. If at all, this committee approves you and the council put your appointment that part. We give Makueni the best, be fair, because these are jobs that we have that 5 days, and then the board that we put in place will be there for 6 years. And in 6 years, if we get wrong at the first, we get the wrong people, we'll be in mess for the next 6 years. So the people who are watching, so make sure with the committee, if at all, you will be approved. You give the best. Thank you so much.
Chairman, you have repeated if at all. I want to say, make sure it happens. Thank you.
So, your masses are the the committee. So the committee will make its final determination and give a report to the other second for approval. So thank you so much. You can leave out your time and go around the assembly. The day is good and vibrant. Thank you so much.
Bye. I appreciate for the opportunity.
Well,
procedures laid out. Welcome. I'm ready.
Should I start now?
Yes.
Thank you. I, Daniel Bunamoka, having been nominated for the appointment to serve as a member for selection panel for recruitment of members of the County Public Service Board, do swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee on devolution, public participation, county administration and special programs shall be the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Having successfully done that, we are going to have a round of introduction. My name is Bishop Jonathan. I'm the acting chair of this committee, and also a member of this committee, an MCF for Irima Ward. So welcome, and I hope you're going to enjoy our interaction with you. Members, you can introduce yourselves.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Mutunga Cosmos, the member for Imali Mulana Ward. I am a member of this committee.
Yes. I'm Jason Bindio, MCA Kenungu, a member of this committee.
Ruben Mtokavai, MCA Kaskawa, member of the committee.
Jonathan Moki Maleki, member of this committee, Secretary General Muungano Party.
Esther Mungeli, nominated MCA. I'm a French Catholic committee.
Introduce and sit out.
Alphonse Kimilo, I'm a committee secretary of the Committee on Devolution.
Wilfred Momo, Committee Secretariat.
Purity Musioka, Answered Reporter, under this committee.
David Moneki, Communications Office.
Joseph Kimani, Sergeant.
Honorable members, This approval hearing is pursuant to Section 7 of the Public Appointments all County Assemblies approved for Act 2017, and is the culmination of the process that began with Makueni County Governor Selection Panel for recruitment of County Public Service Board members. Standing Order number 217, subsection 5, part F, provides that the committee to vet and report all appointments where the Constitution and law requires the County Assembly to approve, except those under Standing Order 209 or the Committee on Appointments. It is on the basis of the foregoing that we gather here today to consider the nomination of the said persons and their suitability for the position nominated. This process will be guided by the provisions of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, the Public Appointments or County Assemblies Approval Act 2017, the County Governments Act 2012, and the County Governments Amendments Act 2020, and the Assembly Standing Orders. Honorable members, by the way of summary, the Assembly Speaker received a letter from the Governor referenced GMC/Governor/ADM/CA/25 subsection 40 dated 11th August 2025, nominating the following listed persons for positions of a chairperson and members to a selection panel for recruitment of County Public Service Board members. The Honorable Speaker conveyed the message to the Assembly on 11th August 2025 and directed the relevant committee, being the Committee on Devolution, which we are sitting around here, to take up the vetting process. The Assembly subsequently placed an advisement in the local diaries, specifically the Standard newspaper dated 15th August 2025, inviting the nominees for vetting before the Assembly Sectoral Committee on Devolution, Public Participation, County Administration, and Special Programs on Monday 25th August 2025, starting 8 a.m. at the Assembly Precincts. In the advertisement, the nominees were asked to carry original copies of the following documents with them for the vetting exercise, namely 1. The curriculum vitae. Honorable members, I have the curriculum vitae with me here, which I will pass to the members for their perusal. 2. The academic certificates and the testimonials. I have the following academic certificates. Your certificate in management, Kenya Institute of Management. I have the transcript for the Kenya Institute supporting the certificate from the Kenya Institute of Management, and these are originals. I have certificate of good conduct from the police. No, we have another testimonial, which is the Public Service Commission of Kenya's certificate. That is a proficiency examination for clerical officers. So the member is a certified clerical officer in the year 2012. I have a certificate of participation for Union of Kenya Civil Servants, UKCS, from Daniel Mudoka, so he's also a member of that. And besides, I have a recommendation letter from the Union of the Kenya Civil Servants recommending the candidate for this particular position. Besides that, I also have the Kenya National Examination Council certificate, which is original. I also have the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education, also which is an original. And I can see he was really a real performer. Very good. Besides that, other key required certificates was the certificate of good conduct from the police, which is here attached, an original, honorable members. There is also clearance for the Higher Education Laws Board. Already that one is not part of that. We checked online, and already I believe we have certified that. There's clearance from the Kenya Revenue Authority, which is the PIN. This is dated 28th July 2026, very current. And then finally, the clearance from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, which is dated the 9th July 2025. Then finally we have CRB, clearance from the Credit Reference Bureau, which is, I believe, our office has certified that this is a true copy, and this one is dated July 30th, 2025, which I believe is also authentic. Honorable members, the governor has forwarded 5 names for vetting to this committee. For effective and orderliness, we shall proceed with the vetting of the 5 nominees today. And having checked the nominees' original documents to ensure they tally with the copies supplied, I will now start us off with the interview of our candidate. So, Bunamoka, kindly tell us about yourself, specifically in relation to this particular position, quoting your past experiences and why you think of it.
Honorable members, through the chair, as I introduce myself, my name is Daniel Bunamoka, a Christian, a Catholic by faith, a commissioned CMA member, a father and an husband, of a family of 5, a career civil servant, as quoted from the papers, a senior clerical officer, and beside, I'm also an official of Union of Kenya Civil Servants. As pertains the agenda of today, my rich experience in Union I've brought a rich experience in Union matters to the selection board to consider my nominee in the selection panel. As a unionist, I can even quote an incident that happened in one of the offices here, in the now County Commissioner's Office, Department of Lands. One senior officer by the name Mr. Kasema, I don't remember whether he's still serving, attacked one of the junior officers.
You don't even need to mention names, just
okay, thank you. Attacked one of the junior officers, and the conflict resulted a commotion within the offices, and it took some time for the conflict to be resolved. And in that matter, as union, we were called in, and by then I was a secretary to the county board of our union. By then we had a deputy county secretary. I was called in, and we managed to quell that problem. I believe, as a unionist and trained in labor relations, is very vital in this department, because currently we are experiencing problems with the strike notices that are being issued by maybe nurses and other departments to county governments. And if the county public service board is not fully equipped in labor relations acts and laws, we may find the problem escalating. I believe there are some cases that we have had of nurses striking and the county government responding with threats to issue sacking notes. I believe that is not the way to go. The County Public Service Board should employ all the techniques, including employing labor relation acts and laws, and bring every problem to sanity.
So you think if you are considered for this position, which is going to be a member of a panel to recruit the County Public Service Board, you will be able to use your knowledge, your experience, your anything dispensation at your disposition. To ensure that we have proper County Public Service Board.
Yes. In fact, indeed, it is very vital and it is prudent to have members who are relevant to that position. And I believe that's why, being in the union, we are here to ensure that we get somebody who is relevant and who has what it takes in labor-related issues to manage that position.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, I now open the floor. If you have any question, you can direct it to the candidate.
Mr. Janet.
Yes.
Who is your MCA?
My MCA is Honorable, we normally call him Moso. Mr. Mutuko.
Okay. So briefly, we are in a very serious exercise whereby we are in an exercise of recruiting members of public service board.
Yes.
As a panelist.
Yes.
How will you ensure that we have a credible public service board members?
In fact, to do normally what happens, you have to issue notification to the members of the public that you want to recruit. They will apply, you will pass through the documents, and the key element in that, in my department, as a board member, I will be keen to ensure that we get somebody who can manage county staffs. And not only county staffs, but who can manage that office. It entails a lot. The development, recruitment, somebody who can do best in that field and who has qualities to do with the labor relations. As I said, I am a unionist and I'm always key in making sure that I will be making sure that whoever who fits in that office is relevant with labor relations and the laws.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe as a unionist and out of that experience, that while you have been in office, would you briefly tell us the procedure of raising the legal procedure of raising a complaint whenever it happens there is a conflict between employees? What is the legal procedure?
Normally, every department, I think it has their own unions. If, for example, we pick the nurses, they have their own representatives. Once there is any problem, they meet with their representatives, and then their representatives will launch a complaint to the County Public Service Board. If they hear their issues, or if they find their issues are legitimate, they will call upon all the relevant stakeholders and sit down and maybe toy on the problem. It is a process whereby they have to sit around the table and clean their problems. Table their problems with the appropriate committees, be heard and determined.
Well, what role do you think Public Service Commission has in county employment?
As a department, though, as I introduce myself, I'm within the national government. The county government has its own mandates, and it has departments that, as a county public service board, they have to have a human resources department that sits down and does recruitment.
So, in the event, in the event on what he's asking, that the dispute does not end at the County Public Service Board, what is the escalation matrix? Can they escalate to Public Service Commission?
Sometimes it may not be, it may not end there. And it may even come to the attention of even assembly, where it will be, and I believe within the assembly there are departments that each ministry has its own department. They can listen and determine as well.
Okay. I think another member was any question?
Yes, Mr. Bunamoka.
Yes.
With the chairperson, you've said, and the records show that you are still in the service.
Yes.
Have you ever been dismissed because of maybe abusing section 6, chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya that addresses, that it talks about the leadership and the integrity? Have you ever been punished because of abusing that chapter of the Constitution?
No, Honorable Member, I've never been.
Yeah. During the performance of your duty, have you been associated with the animal practices, including tribalism, maybe biasness, or nepotism?
No. As a clerical officer, we are just delegated duties.
Yeah. You said you are a unionist.
Yes.
Maybe the workers riot. Do you mean you will not support them as they maybe bring their problems forward? Because we say once a teacher, always a teacher. Once a thief, always a thief. Although one can change. Do you mean you cannot at any cost support them?
I have not read the word, Honorable Member.
You said that you are a unionist.
Yes.
And maybe nurses riot.
Yes.
And because normally unions fight for their workers.
Yes.
Do you mean you will never at any one time associate with yourself with them, supporting them, to fight them, maybe the government of the day?
Normally, what happens, once you get a complaint, or once we get a claim, whatever it is, from our members, we first scrutinize it. As unionists, we come in and maybe have deliberations with our members. We are trained, we can quell some of the teething problems, issues here on the ground, and which go beyond us. It's well now we forward to the relevant authorities. We have our seniors, we have our national officials, whereby we also seek advices where necessary.
Okay. Honourable members, we have been joined by one of our honourable members, so I would like him to introduce himself, Honourable Ndolo.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Engineer Jackson Ndolo Kemunyi. I'm a member for this committee, and I represent the people of Ukia Ward. Yes.
Thank you. I'm Daniel Moto.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you can go ahead. That's good.
Another member can ask any question. Any member who is
But Mr. Chair, before we proceed on, I've heard out loud and clear that I don't know whether it's Mr. Mudoka.
Yeah.
He said that maybe you'd urge your members to form unions and the unions to select representatives. And you know we have gate crushers who do not even want to listen to the representatives. What will you do in such a case?
If a problem comes in, they don't even come in. And by the way, this is an issue where it affects our department. And normally what we normally do is we report the issue to the relevant department. If there is any member or any employee of the department who is not contented. As a department, we normally make subcommittees that we normally manage them within the department. As a unionist, you just call upon a few members, if it's the chairman and the secretary, and maybe meet the departmental heads and table the problem from there.
I think that's a good question. Are you ready now?
I'm not ready. The Cpsb parades through 4 committees. Could you kindly and then identify 2 of them?
Normally, in every board, like the County Public Service Board, there must be a human resource department, a human resource committee that deals with the management of employment, and there must also be a disciplinary committee. We also have in every department you must also have a monitoring and evaluation team that has to evaluate what the department is doing. So there must be a monitoring and evaluation team, committee. Currently, every government also have to have ICT committees.
Yes, through the chair.
Yes.
Though I've come late. Yes, Bunamoka.
Yes.
For you to be nominated in this panel, you must have been seen to possess such a unique character as opposed to those who are not being able to not be nominated. What is that unique character you possess? And also, how are you intending to perform this duty?
As I introduced myself, I said I'm a unionist. And being a union member, every employee is also a union member. But as an official, we are trained. Not everyone is trained. So as an official of the Union of Kenya Civil Servants, duly trained in conflict management, in various departments pertaining conflict resolutions, labor relations, and many more. And that opens a very big gap between me and others, in the sense that during maybe the interviews, I will have a world experience in terms of, as I said before, labor relations. And that happens to be very much vital in recruitment in terms of, one, as I said, currently we are experiencing a lot of unrest in county governments in terms of strike notices. And if the board has no mechanisms in maybe bringing harmony within the workforce, that may be a huge setback. And indeed, it's very much vital to have a working board that will always be there for the employees. Yeah, thank you.
Please.
Mr. Daniel,
Yes.
you said that you work with the national government, and within national government we have different unionizable organizations. We have medical and doctors, we have nurses, clinical officers, and then clerical officers, and also we have members in other fields who are unionizable. What is the role of Kenya Union Civil Servants? What are the objectives, strategies, and what are the expected outcomes? Given that you have been nominated by the unionizable organization to represent them in the panel that is selecting the board that oversees human resource in the county?
One key element in every union is that we fight for a fair and conducive working environment for all the employees. Every union works for the betterment of their department in terms of fair working grounds, fair remuneration, and by so doing, as a union, we will be key. As a union, I will be key in making sure that I get somebody who will be fair and will create an atmosphere conducive for all the employees of the county government of Makueni.
So the last part is the strategy.
Yeah.
What are the expected outcomes? You will present there, you have the board, you have the board there. What do you expect the board to do for the civil servant?
Actually, it is good to have a board that will listen. As I said earlier, we have been having problems of civil servants, having a problem with their maybe remuneration, for example. And if we have a board that will not listen to the plea of the employees, then there will be a problem. It is always very important. Every year, we normally wish all the members to have review for their wages and salaries. And if we have a board that will not listen to the employees, then there will be a problem.
Thank you. Esther?
Mr. Mudoka, will you kindly mention 3 people who are not your relatives, who are familiar with your qualification, your work, and your character?
As I start, I'm a union official, so my SG is number 1, Honorable Tom Ondege. He knows me very well, my characters. Also, I have a colleague by the name Adam Sianza Katano, an accountant. And then, as I introduce myself, I said I'm a Christian. My Reverend Father Joseph Bolu knows me well. Yeah, those are 3.
Any other question, honorable members? Which one?
I think according to the I've been hearing from you, you have worked in several sectors and it is human as well. Have you ever been mentioned in investigation reports of county assembly in the last 3 years?
No.
Honorable members, I think we are progressing well. I will give each member or any member who has an open question, and let's limit ourselves to the topic because we are almost coming up to the closure of this discussion. Any member? Yes.
Just says that now I've noted that you are a unionist, and
we be brief, eh?
Yes. In Makueni we have a challenge, especially with our nurses, because of this collective bargaining issue. In this task you are applied for, you will be tasked to look at the people who will be dealing with the issue of the union. What key or driving factors will you be looking at in selecting members to sit in that board, and especially with the focus, with the challenges we have with the union?
Thank you. We also we have to look at past work experience. if you get somebody new who has never been to any organization, it's difficult to start with. You need also to look at academic experience, I've said, and that would be a key factor. If you happen to select somebody who has no rich experience in dealing with an organization, huge number of staff, then that would be a total failure. It will be a key factor in their past engagement, if in any they have ever been to a human resource department, they have ever engaged in that aspect. And you know, of course, the labor relations will not appear openly, but will just scrutinize from their past experience.
Thank you very much. I think, honorable members, we have another member who has just come in, and since we had finished celebrations, I'll ask her to introduce herself, the candidates. I knew she was engaged in our business committee. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Josephine Mwasanda Buki, special elect by UDA party, and I apologize, I'm from ABC committee. That's why I've come late.
Yes, that's okay. Bunamoka, yes, sir. Thank you very much for your good responses. Yes. But could you can clarify to this committee, what are some of the main challenges you think you are going to face as a member of the selection panel committee?
Yeah. Thank you. That is a very nice question. As you introduced yourself the first time, yes, you asked me whether I've ever engaged with honorable members.
Yes.
And I believe that is one challenge whereby you are a selecting committee, and we get influence from honorable members. Their demands can as well influence to have a negative selection. And I don't say that members, honorable members, will have influence in the
political
the political atmosphere influence.
Yes.
May impact negatively or may impact positively, but yes, that's not a huge challenge. Okay. A huge challenge may as well come in whereby, and that can happen whereby we don't get adequate qualified personnel who have applied for the positions. That may be a challenge because it will mean again we re-advertise.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you. I think you've responded very well. And honorable members, I'll give you ample time, or each one of you at least a few minutes to give your final comments. Can we start from the far end? Honorable, just give your final comments, if any. Thank you. Honorable Engineer.
Mine is to wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Honorable Esther.
Daniel, we wish you the best.
Thank you. Bravo, wish you the best. Thank you.
Yeah, I wish you the best.
We have come to our end of the session, and from the chair's point of view, we are also wishing you the best. You are not the only candidate, there were other candidates, and once we are doing this exercise, we'll sit down and evaluate the report. Then once we compile the report, we shall send it to the County Assembly for approval. So the honors of the success of this exercise rest bare at the County Assembly level once we present the report as a motion. So we wish you well, and we hope once, if you happen to be part of this team or that team, do the best for the people of Makueni County, and they'll remember you for that.
Thank you, Mr. Do my best.
You can make sure that you collect your original certificates, don't leave them, and then we wish you well. Where we shall have a few moments of interaction. As a norm, we usually start with oath taking, so that whatever you do in this committee becomes binding. And I believe, being a lawyer, you are aware of these things.
Sure.
Welcome. So I'll ask our clerk to guide you in that.
I can be seated or I have to stand. I, William Kitanga, having been nominated for appointment to serve as a member for selection panel for recruitment of members of the County Public Service Board, do swear that the evidence that I shall give before this committee on devolution, public participation, county administration, and national program shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Thank you. So after that, as we do the introduction, you pass over your original documents for perusal by the committee, and then since I've introduced myself, I'll ask the other members to introduce themselves. That's from my right hand side.
Yeah, I'm using video. MCA Kilongo, a member of this committee.
We can wait a bit so that she can pass over the documents. That should be able to see the faces of the people in the field.
The questionnaire for this.
You give the clerk. Meanwhile, we can continue the introduction. I will request Bigger to repeat again because we are very busy.
Yeah. Yes, on the video, MCA Kilongo, I'm a member of this committee, and I'm very much welcome.
I'm Ruben Kavai, MCA Kakedo, member of this committee. Welcome.
Jonathan Moto, member of this committee, Secretary General of Bunamoka.
Esther Mugeni, I'm a friend of this
I'm Engineer Jackson Dolo, MCA Ukia Ward, and also a member of this committee.
I'm Josephine Rambuki, MCA nominated by UDA party. I'm a member of this committee.
So we have also a friend of the committee.
Thank you.
Who's also another member. Welcome.
My name is Chalo Muma, MCA to the Mani Ward. I have friends of this committee.
I'll ask the clerk to introduce the secretariat.
My name is Alphonse Kimilu, Committee Clerk, the Committee on Devolution.
Winfred Momo, Committee Secretariat.
David Moneki, Communications Office.
Yes, First Command, Sanjit.
Honorable members, I'm giving you a brief of the genesis of this exercise. Today's approval hearing is held pursuant to the section 7 of the Public Appointments or County Assemblies Approval Act 2017. I will request kindly let's switch off our phones or we put them on vibration mode. And also, since we are dealing with only one candidate, let's limit the movements so that at least we can have a smooth flow of the exercise. Honorable Kavai, let's have one meeting. And is the culmination of a process that began with Makueni County Governor Selection Panel for recruitment of County Public Service Board members. Standing Order number 217, subsection 5, part F, provides that the committee to vet and report on all appointments where the Constitution or any law requires the County Assembly to approve, except those under Standing Order 209, which are Committee on Appointments. It is on the basis of the foregoing
that we gather here today to consider the nomination of the said persons and their suitability for the positions nominated. This process will be guided by the provisions of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act, that is 2017, the County Governments Act 2012, the County Governments or Amendments Act 2020, and the Assembly Standing Orders. Honourable members, by way of summary, the Assembly Speaker received a letter from the Governor referenced to GMC stroke GVN stroke ADM stroke CA number 25 subsection part 40 dated 11th August 2025, nominating the following listed persons for positions of a chairperson and the members to a selection panel for recruitment of County Public Service Board members. The Honourable Speaker conveyed the message to the Assembly on 11th August 2025 and directed the relevant committee, being this committee, to take up the vetting process. That is the Committee on Pollution, Public Participation, Town Administration and Special Programs. The Assembly subsequently placed an advertisement in the local dailies, specifically the standard newspapers, dated 15th August 2025, inviting the nominees for vetting before the Assembly Sectoral Committee on Pollution, Public Participation, County Administration and Special Programs on Monday of 25th, which is today, August 2025, starting from 8, even though we started from 9 at the Assembly precincts. In the advertisement, the nominees were asked to carry their original copies of the following documents, the original copies of the following documents with them for vetting exercise, namely the curriculum vitae, academic certificates and testimonials, certificate of good conduct from the police, clearance from the Higher Education Loans Board, clearance from the Kenya Revenue Authority, clearance from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, and then finally the CRB, or clearance from the Credit Reference Bureau. Honourable members, the Governor has forwarded 5 names for vetting to this committee. This candidate being the last candidate for effectiveness and orderliness. We shall proceed with the vetting of the member. Therefore, honourable members, having checked the nominees' original documents, which I have now here, I would like to pass on these documents to all the members to verify that they are the original documents. One of the documents required as per the advert was curriculum vitae or CV, which is here with me. I have gone through it. I believe there is also academic certificates and testimonials. I have a Master's of Laws transcript here, am I right? And I have also Kenya School of Law for Kitanga Pauline, a postgraduate diploma in law, 2017, am I right? I also have, I like your documents are highly organized. I have also the bar examination transcript, which is also here. I have the Council of Legal Education. Wait, let me give you all of them as a badge. Council of Legal Education, certificates of compliance. In the matter of the advocates, okay, in the matter, and this is a letter supporting that.
Certificate from the Attorney General's Chambers for compliance.
Okay, our Attorney General's Chamber for compliance, okay. This is good. I have a degree, Bachelor of Laws from University of Nairobi for 2008. The transcript is also here attached. They are how many? They are around 1, 2, 3, 4 transcripts. Am I right?
Yes.
For the 4 years. Then I have also certificate of secondary education for November 2002.
Yes.
Where you are an A-.
Yes.
Congratulations. I have also, this is the same transcript. Then I have also Kenya Secondary School Living Certificate.
Yes.
For 2003. Besides, the certificate of good standing or good conduct. Good standing, yes. Kitenge Pauline from the Law Society of Kenya.
Yes, sir.
So you are also of good standing with them.
Yes, sir.
That's a good one. We also have certificate of enrollment on of notary public.
Yes, sir.
From the High Court. Okay. We have also practicing certificate for the year 2025 from the High Court.
Yes, sir.
We have also practicing certificate for the year 2024 from the High Court.
Yes, sir.
2023 from the High Court.
Yes, sir.
And then there is also practice certificate for the year 2022,
Yes, sir.
2021,
Yes, sir.
2020.
Yes, sir.
You mean I've been practicing all these years? 2019,
Yes, sir.
2018,
Yes, sir.
and then finally certificate of admission. I believe this was the admission to the High Court.
Yes, sir.
That was done in the year 2017.
Yes, sir.
Good. And then we have certificate registration with also with the advocates for your company. Register for your company. Am I right?
Registration, yes.
For Pauline Katue Kitenge and the company advocates.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. Then I have your PIN, which is a sign that meanwhile you can have now all this badge. Besides that badge, I have appointment as a member of the legal committee for CITAM in the Deacon board.
Yes, sir.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Then there is appointment as a member of board for of management in Nyokoni Secondary School.
Yes, sir.
You also know Nyokoni Secondary School?
Yes, sir.
Wow. There is inauguration, which was done in 2019.
It was an invitation, yes, sir.
The information they says will take, okay. Precious blood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Appointment as a member of board of management at Precious Blood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Certificate of attendance for African Energy and Mineral Management Initiative.
Yes, sir.
There is Advocates of Africa, Africa in partnership with the Advocates International. Certificate of attendance.
Yes, sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Certificate of achievement. This is to certify that Pauline Kitenge attended the 2012 Introduction to Market Research course.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There is certificate of compliance under the School of Ministry and Leadership Development, Sitam Boguru.
Yes.
There is certificate of participation presented to Kitenge Pauline for Queen Esther's Generation Power Empowerment Summit.
Yes, sir.
Certificate of recognition award to Pauline Kitenge for Kileleshwa Covenant Community Church.
Yes, sir.
Does that suggest you're a very strong Christian?
Yes, sir.
Why not?
Okay. Now, besides the credentials, the personal credentials, you are also expected to bring the tax compliance certificate, which honorable members I have here. Keep this one for me so that can give that important. There is also Higher Education Loans Board compliance certificate.
Yes, sir.
It's also here attached. There is also CRB clearance certificate. This is dated 30th July 2025.
Yes, sir.
I hope you are still out of the hooks. And then you have certificate of good conduct, all police clearance certificate for 13th August 2025.
Yes, sir.
I hope you've checked this. Then we have the ESCC report, which was actually filled in on 30th July 2025.
Yes, sir.
I think with that, honorable members, I believe all credentials have been complied with, so we can proceed to the questions as we also go through the certificates. The certificate are quite a number. I don't know whether I should give you time to clear with them or we proceed.
You can proceed.
We can proceed. Thank you.
You have confirmed on our behalf.
Yes, Madam Pauline, kindly, can you tell this committee about yourself and your past experiences, specifically in relation to this position, and how you think that experience as well as your strengths contribute to the success of this position?
Alright. Given the different areas I've served as a board member, deputy chair, communication blood, Kilingu, twice. That is a span of 6 years. I've served at Inyokoni Board of Management for a span of 2 years. I was a deputy chair to Mr. George. And the different positions I've held, I can say I have the expertise, I have the knowledge, it equipped me with knowledge on matters of mainly public administration, matters of leadership, and mainly leadership in institutions, because those are institutions, and the appointment which I got to the board, and given that CITAM is actually a wide institution, serving there for supposed to be 2 years, but it has been extended. The extension letter is yet to be out. The service for the 2 years which I served has actually helped, it equipped me with the necessary experience and the knowledge to understand especially sensitive matters and how to handle them when it comes to institution level. For example, given that is a church and legal issues, we have the institution within CITAM, we have the schools, we have the business institution within the CITAM fraternity. When issues arise, and that is a Christian organization, there's one thing which people expect. They expect you to be above board in everything. They expect that institution to ensure that we normally say you're supposed to be as pure as cotton, without any stain. But given the fact that you actually interact with people, sensitive issues we dealt with, open my eyes on matters of leadership and how sensitive some position can actually be, and being actually, we can say, like in a precarious position. For instance, when you get information that a child has been subjected to violation in a school and is supposed to be a Christian center, and the parents want justice, and this is a church, and you want to have them as still as congregants, do you chase them, do you take them to court, do you reprimand? So that those competing interests as a committee, as advisory, we advise, the legal committee advise the deacon board on measures to take in such instances. And it has been quite a learning experience, and plus the 3 years within Inyokoni Secondary, those who may be aware, there's a time we had an incident on issue of there's a child who had been said to have been violated. We are the board, this is our school, the teacher is also we are supposed ideally to ensure that the school runs and is protected. So do you reprimand the teacher, do you reprimand the student, do you take the necessary, the legal measures? And it was quite a sensitive and a difficult situation, but we sailed through. In that, we said the teacher is an employee of the TSC. So the TSC has the code of ethics and what they follow when issues and complaints arise. And as a board, we are supposed to ensure the children are protected and the teachers are equally protected and the reputation of the school is redeemed. And since a complaint had already been launched by the parents to the DCI, we said let the law take its course. We will not take side because we want to clean the image of the school. And so when I say, so in all those circumstances, who am I? I'm a leader. I have learned. I've gained experience in the short span I've lived. Sometimes I feel like participated in community development and in social work and in giving to the society through all those areas, to the extent that I've been equipped to be a better leader, I've been equipped to be also a better person, to be a sensitive person, to also know when to actually balance between competing interests of a person, of an individual, of an institution, and the public good. Because those institutions are there's a public interest to it, and there's also the institution interest into it. So as far as I can say, who am I? Because that is such a broad question.
Yes.
I can say I'm an advocate who has experience both in court and also within the society. And I've interacted with, I can say, with all walks of life.
So, from where you have reached now, how do you think all what you told us is going to impact positively to the position you're expected to occupy?
I believe being a member of the selection committee, we are supposed to vet, or we are supposed to interview and give the county the very best and competent people who can actually deliver in the public service board. And given the role of the public service board, I believe that having interacted with members of public, having interacted with institutions, and myself also running a business, I would also want competent employees. So when you look at it, we are here, we will be expected to give the very best. This is equally my county. So I would also equally want competent people. I would want the county government or the organs of the county government to actually have the very best from the public service board members who will say, now we've interviewed and we feel these ones actually meet the criteria.
Okay. Yes. Tell me, this is my last question, then I will ask the members to ask you a few questions. When you sat down to consider the position of being a member of the selection panel,
yes, sir.
You being a lawyer, I believe you must have looked at it whether is it in the light of the law or not in the light of the law. Do you think the selection panel is actually accommodated within our constitutional framework or the County Government Act, or what's your view on the legality of this panel you are about to sit? You can feel free to quote any clause, maybe from the County Government Act, maybe from the Constitution.
I believe after going through the County Government Act, including the amendment, so there's actually an amendment to it, not one, I think there are several. The County Government Act actually gives mandate to the selection committee, and Section 57 provides for the formation of a public service board. Section 58, Section 58A provides for the selection committee, so for the panel. So this panel actually has that mandate.
So it's anchored within the law.
It is anchored.
We are within the law.
In the county, specifically in the county government.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That being said, that I welcome the members. Members feel free to interact with the candidate through questions within the topic or within the framework of what we are. Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, Madam Kitanga.
Yes, sir.
Feel most welcome once more.
Thank you, sir.
Have you been...
by the way, to be free, there is no order for the questions, so expect any question from any member.
It's okay.
But eventually we will finalize all the questions.
It's okay, sir.
Yes. Madam, have you ever held any public office, or are you currently holding a public office?
I am thinking, I think that is one of the questions within the vetting questionnaire. And when I thought through, I was asking myself, these are positions within the board of management. Otherwise, I've not been, when we say like in the strict sense, a public office, I've really not held a public office in the strict sense. But when we look at, we say the board of management of schools, since I've sat in 3, we say those ones can be considered, or they can be looked at in terms of the creation of the law and the statutory, institutions, maybe at those instances actually I was holding a public office because I was accountable not only to the public but also to the government. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, so to that extent, yes, public, the board of management, yes.
During your performance of your duties,
Yes.
have you ever been dismissed or removed from the office because of maybe abusing Chapter 6 of the Constitution of Kenya that addresses the issue of leadership and integrity?
No, sir, we were actually there to protect, so we were supposed to actually protect, yes. So I haven't been dismissed.
As a lawyer, have you been associated with malpractices like practicing nepotism, tribalism, all such kind of practices?
No, sir. My family is still young, so that in terms of employment, I'm not yet getting to that point of saying, no, I'll just employ relatives or I'll employ, people of certain, sir. So to that extent, no.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Just a rider on that question you have just answered.
Yes.
We understand many law firms, in most cases, especially these cases of accidents, they normally get involved in so many malpractices. Like somebody gives you a case, you follow, then when that person is paid like an accident, the man disappears. As a lawyer, how do you normally, in case somebody brings a case where a lawyer has frauded?
Actually, there's a legal procedure, and I think sometimes we normally say members of the general public should actually be educated. You can launch a complaint against an advocate. We have the advocates disciplinary committee, and we have an advocate complaint commission. So the commission will first hear whether it is a matter which requires disciplinary, and the members of public actually they are free. It is at Cooperative House, 29th floor. So you are allowed to actually go launch a complaint against an advocate for failure to attend court if you pay, for failure to communicate to you on status of your matter, for failure to render money, to remit to you money which has been paid. So is that sometimes to protect us, we don't advertise so much, but you can actually complain against an advocate, and we normally actually educate members of public. We do civic education. Myself, I've been involved in churches, in forums, to actually tell members of public, if you feel your advocate has not handled your matter properly, leave alone even issue of money, you are allowed to go launch a complaint. And once you launch a complaint and there's merit, because there's professional misconduct, failure to communicate, there's actually, under the Advocates Act, there's actually the legal threshold. If that legal threshold has been met, you are taken to the disciplinary. And when you are taken to the disciplinary, the problem is you are already guilty. So there you are not presumed innocent, and you are presumed guilty until you prove yourself innocent.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Now that you got the opportunity to be elected to sit in this parliament, what is that unique character you possess that made you stand out to the many people who are also interested to sit in this parliament?
Well, I would say I have participated, number one, in public participation, the diaspora for Nairobi, with together with other professionals. We have been there at the forefront to actually see that Makueni develop. I told you it is our county. So for instance, when that issue of dissolution of the county, together with other professionals, we wrote our protest, our report as to why it should not be dissolved, and we actually presented to the Nauga Commission, because we did not want it dissolved. We have participated together with other elders and leaders within Makueni when the rank was in 2015, 2016. We actually see that our county functions. So I would say from From all the considerations and the participation we made, we worked hand in hand with the county government, with Makueni County Development Forum, which is an NGO, and with Kaiti Constituency Development Forum, which is a CBO. We have been there at the forefront championing development and wanting to see development, and where we can actually chip in or where we can actually work hand in hand with the county government, we'll be there. And for more than 10 years, I've actually been participating in development and in public participation.
Thank you. Now, even
are you not through?
Kidogo tu, just
so kind of
Only.
Yes, sir.
Given this is just a short-term job,
yes,
what made you interested to apply for this position, and maybe how are you intending to perform the task?
Actually, that was an off-cuff question which I was asked by one of the members. Like, why were you interested? I told her, we are there to serve. When you are called upon to serve, and we can actually serve, I normally say serve when you are able. Right now, I'm available, I have time, I can serve. Whether it is 1 day, whether it is 2 days, it is pleasure to actually serve. There's always that, unless it's just some few people, there's always that pleasure in giving. When you give, and as the judge from Providence is called Judge Capiro, who passed on, he said when you have time, when you have the breath and you are alive, serve. Do good to humanity. You don't know how long you're going to live. Yes.
Yes, Madam. Yes, Madam Pauline.
Yes, sir.
I know you are praying extensively and intensively to the Lord to advance you to this position.
Sorry?
I'm saying that. I know you are praying extensively and intensively to the Lord to advance you to this position. Now that the CBS operates through 4 committees, could you kindly identify 2 of them?
I believe also the committee are from the various functions. There's the Human Resource Planning and Discipline Committee. There's a Performance, Risk, ICT and Compliance Committee. There's the Training Development, Monitoring and Reporting Committee. There's also the Committee on Abolition and Recruitment Committee. That is Establishment, Abolition and Recruitment.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Pauline. I told you to name only 2, but you have named 4 of them. Have you crammed?
No, it's because I had gone through the functions of that.
You know, advocates are not for cramming, so that's not an issue. Any other member? Maniki?
Madam Pauline.
Yes, sir.
You say in your submission sometimes when we are within the course of replying to questions that you are a member of boards.
Yes, I've actually wound up to 2022. Currently, I'm not a member of any of the school boards, but you can now.
The question will apply. There's no problem.
Yes.
When you are interacting with the member of boards of the government institutions, sometimes you see they can refuse to pay suppliers, such things. Then you are taken to court by the suppliers. Have you ever been charged in a court of law in the last 3 years, and if so, specify the nature of the charge, where the matter is ongoing, the present status of the matter, or where the matter is concluded, the judgment of the court, or otherwise, how the case was concluded. And you have said you are practicing what you do. You deal with matters, succession, matters, land, dispute, such things. And we know there are so many complications, especially in lands. Yeah.
I've not been charged in any matter, or neither has there been any complaint on my contact. Otherwise, the Law Society of Kenya would not have given the letter for good standing if there was any complaint, not just if there was any charge any complaint. When there's any complaint lodged with the scheme, you do not get clearance. Yeah, you first supposed to clear with them.
Madam Paula, would you kindly mention 3 people, not your relatives, who are familiar with your character, qualifications, and
I actually include in the CV, but I can repeat. There's Mr. William Aruse is a senior advocate. We work together in various matters. We have Mr. Benjamin Wangai Korea. He's an advocate. We've interacted and he has known me for more than 10 years, 15 years. There's Mr. Rafael Mudwa. We worked with him at Infotrack and he's familiar with my work, he's familiar with my character. Yes. I had those are sufficient.
Yes, Madam Pauline.
Yes, sir.
You're in the field of law.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I normally meet so many calls and maybe. Have you ever been mentioned in an investigatory report of county assembly in the last 3 years?
No, sir. Unless there's one from here. This is the county government which I've mainly interacted with. If there's one, maybe you can bring forth so that I can defend myself. Otherwise, there isn't any.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I think, I remember we almost come to the closure of this meeting. However, I have 2 more questions.
Yes, sir.
One of them is arising from your data which you have given to us.
Yes, sir.
In the filling of the form, you never declared your net worth. Why and how much?
Maybe I can raise some okay, we're looking at it in terms of a debt is equally part of what you are expecting to be paid.
Yeah.
When you look at the liquidity, you can't really say you have.
No, you know, net worth includes even your assets.
Yeah.
So it will be a totality of who you are. How much wealth are you equivalent to?
In African setting where women we have to fight to be given a parcel of land and which we are actually fighting in court to ensure that we are recognized officially that we are entitled to inheritance.
Yes.
You find sometimes most of the time we actually do not have specific assets until you actually work and acquire them yourself.
Yes.
In terms of inheritance, unlike men who are seated here and maybe who are not here, you know, this parcel of land for our father is mine. As for the girl child, you look elsewhere, you know.
But I thought that changed sometimes back with according to the constitution.
Dealing with, it is one thing to have the laws, it's another thing to change culture. And culture has been, it's not easy. Until today we still have a GM.
Close to how much is your net worth?
I can say around 7 million.
7?
7 million.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think I'll ask the clerk to have you append that on the form. Yes.
Let me say a word.
Chair. Before we terminate everything.
No, we have not closed.
Yeah. Maybe we have several members who are here before. They say we talk about their nominations, but I've not heard you talk about any. And maybe your family status. Do you have a family?
No, I'm single. I'm not married, but I have my mother, my siblings, and my elder. So in terms of nuclear, no tell.
Don't worry, you know these are politicians. They will not be honest. Yes, Honorable Josephine.
Yeah, from where I sit, I stand to congratulate you for your performance and I wish you all the best. You have really done a very good job. Thank you so much. And I hope you are going to succeed.
Okay.
Yes, through the chair.
Yes.
Paula, this job you are tasked to recruit members of the public service board.
Yes, sir.
And in Makueni, we are having a challenge of unionizable staff. And as far as especially matters of promotion, the collective bargaining, what kind of character will you be looking at to save Makueni from this compromise?
I don't think that is a compromise because number one, as an advocate, I believe people are entitled to their rights and employees when the working environment this is what I believe. When the working environment is actually conducive, an employee should not protest. And in the letters of appointment, there are normally the terms and conditions which should, I believe, should be clear enough. Over and above just joining a union, because you cannot tell an employee not to join a union if it is allowed within the practice to join a union. In as much as you cannot tell an employee to join a union, but there are the clear terms of engagement. And the union normally has its own offices, which you can, the county government or any other organization can actually engage with. And I believe once there's an agreement that they normally agitate mainly for salaries and for better working environment. And salaries are normally set by SRC. So if somebody is not comfortable with the salary which is being offered, you don't take up the job. That is number one starting point. Number two, during recruitment, you actually ask those questions. If is there a salary range you are not comfortable with, so that you can also get, you don't want to also get employees who will be a nightmare. I told you I'm equally an employer, so I wouldn't want to get an employee. Okay, for us we are looking at the Gen Z, but now when we are recruiting for the county government, we are not looking at, it is a balance. I'm not saying there will be no young people, but you balance so that and you get the very best, and the very best should meet the terms you set down and say this is what you are looking at. We don't want employees who will, every other time they are marching on the streets, agitating on their rights, they are saying they come to there's a leaking roof. I don't know, every other petty issue so that they cannot deliver. So you look at that at the very onset, because I believe a house is foundation. If the foundation is 40, you cannot say.
I think that's a good one. At the same time, you will not be working with the blues.
Yes.
You'll be having what? Proper scope of job descriptions.
Yes.
So I think, honourable members, we have come to the conclusion of this matter. I want to give an open chance to any member who has final sentences.
Yes. Madam Pauline.
Yes.
You are about to start a business of interviewing members for the County Public Service Board.
Yes.
Which is a very sensitive entity within the county government.
Yes.
Because there you deal with matters employment, matters promotion, matters so many things, including internship and what have you.
Yes.
And we also they will also be dealing with let's say all the issues concerning human resource management. We pray that when you happen to get a chance, what the people of Makueni will be looking for is for you to give the government of Makueni competent, that is one,
yes.
and people who are cannot be compromised when it comes to, that is ethics and such things, chapter 6 of the Constitution.
Yes, sir.
That is I'm praying that, because the people, your business will just be to interview them.
Yes, sir.
But we want the products from the interviews to be people who can serve the county.
Yes.
Dolo, you're not yet tired?
Through the chair, I have some energy.
You don't only keep us here for a long time.
Yes, I understand these positions are politically unificated in most cases. How will you be able to handle the political pressure in Makueni? Because many people from big offices might come to you, yeah, maybe to push you to maybe employ their people, or somebody tells you, I like this to be. How will you handle such kind of pressure in our position?
At least I know the request will not be coming directly to me. I know the request mainly will be coming through you people. You people and maybe the executive.
Yes.
Because for us as a panel, people may just know the names, but they don't know the faces. Like I don't know how many people actually know my face. In as much as the name may be put out there, they may not. I do not know the faces of my colleagues. That is who will be shortlisted with. I know the names, but not the faces. So unless our numbers are put out there for people to call, but even if they call, let me tell you, if it was compromised, right now I think my net worth would be more than 200 million. because in our line of work, it's more sensitive than even the recruitment. And well, I may not say it's more sensitive. The sensitivity may be equal because in one you are dealing with who will be handling people and our own institution. On the other side, we deal with matters which may mean somebody that gets life, somebody misses a parcel of land and all that. And the number of times we'll be told, you know, council, stop pursuing this matter. Just we will sort you. We settle this quietly. And at one point, there was an offer of 300 million. It was quite a sensitive matter, a land matter in Karen. And all the who is who was actually interested in that land. My client does not have that muscle. And the question is, will you take just 300 million and miss out on your client getting justice? And I told God, money will come in so many ways, and I'm not interested. Even if it was a parcel of, let's say, even of lesser value or of, I don't care. I told them I don't care, and I'm not interested, not in money, not in any offer, not in even any appointment. Yeah, let me work my integrity. I'd rather sleep with a lot of peace than knowing that my client actually lost a bid just because I wanted money. Yeah, so when it comes to compromise, maybe that's why my network is still around, but I am not complaining, I'm happy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Madam Paula,
yes.
To crown it all.
Let's be brief. So, because the time is going.
Time is going, but I'm just saying that you put God first.
Yes.
Yeah. Madam Pauline is a person I know. She is what she has said. She is exactly what she has said. And I'm sure given the opportunity, she will do wonders. Madam, feel most welcome once more.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm sure this committee will consider you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We will assume you have not listened to those sentiments, because as a member of this committee, should not even say that. But the best thing is that we listen to you, and actually, I believe you are equal to the task.
Thank you,
but the end point does not end here. We still have other 2 steps to go through. We have to sit down as a committee to compile the report. Then we'll hand the report over to the County Assembly, who have the final word or final say on the matter. However, we are very much happy we have interacted with you. We wish you well. And I believe this world is wide. One time you'll meet these members in other capacities. If you don't succeed, if you succeed, you'll interact with them. Thank you. What is your final word? You can say your final word to the committee, and then feel free.
I'm grateful for the interactive session. Sometimes when you are either an interview or a panel, sometimes you don't know the kind of atmosphere. But I'm grateful that it was an interactive session, which helps you to just relax and just interact. Yes.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, I think you are free to take your documents. Since it's lunchtime, I'll ask the clerk, maybe you can organize for the final candidate to take some lunch at the canteen. Then honourable members, you can remain stay for around 5 minutes. We do some final meeting of our household, and then we agree on a few things. Second is out.